Ah, I hate school. I hate school. What? Stand up for what? For the anthem? You're talking to me, man. You're talking to me. I'll go ahead and sing on the anthem if you want. I'm hungry. I had a long walk to school. I had a long walk. I wasn't always so, you know. Well, miss you, what's up? Eat already? Good for you. This is the age of secondary school. And we come out to rule the roost. No matter what they say, you can't stop me. You say what's up, miss? You're looking sexy today, you know. I bet you're looking real hot, you know. That your breakfast, huh? This, and this is lunch. So what are you teaching today, miss? Biology? That reminds me, you know. What's my name? My name is Maths English. You find that funny? What are you laughing at? What are you giggling at? You know why I come by my name Maths English? All you want to hear why? All you want to hear? How I come by the name Maths English? Well, I will tell you. You see, my father, born in the bush, but he was an ambitious man. He didn't have opportunities like today. Get to teach the minus at a children. But I will tell you something. He had a good brain. His name was Bio English. Me and all we come by the name English because me and think we have no ancestry by the name, by carrying the bloody English blood. I hear that my mother was descended from the Moors. So my dad, Bio English, I think I have it written somewhere, you know. I was studying that last night, the poor fella. I was kind of looking at my life a little bit there, and I was thinking about my daddy. I write down a couple things, eh? My father's name was really Bio English. And his father's name was Chem English. And his great-grandfather's name was Geo English. And you know why all they get them kind of funny name? Bio and Chem and thing, and now they're calling me Math English. My father didn't like big-time subjects. But he couldn't study them thing because he didn't have the qualification to go to a good school. But he used to encourage me to study, you know. To study. But his great-grandfather had the same strain. And they used to look at them subjects like chemistry and bio, and since they liked the name, they used to take a little piece out of it and call it children English, Bio English, Chem English, Geo English, which is like geography, chemistry, and biology. And crazy, you know. And that thing come down to my time, you know. But here now, I went to a good school, you know, a good primary school, you know. Miss, not like too bright for me. I went to a good school, real good school. I was a good little student. But they had this teacher he liked to beat too much. And because of all Alex I getting, I started afraid school. I started afraid they want me to learn poetry. 5 away in a desk. And if one man know it, all getting licks. And if 4 men know it and 1 man know it, all getting licks. And I find the system was too hard. They started to break me down. Me, you know how I end up in a secondary school. But by the time I reach secondary school, you know, me I really care again for school. I looking at all them girls in the classroom. I looking at you, miss. You know, what? I disrupting the class? No, me ain't disrupting no class. We are learning nothing in this class. Anybody here learning anything, boy? Anybody here learning anything? Nobody here learning nothing. We just come to school to have a good time, cock up your foot on the desk. We don't really care. We don't really care. And nowadays, if you see a girl and you like the girl, you make her move right there in the class. Miss can't do nothing. Miss go square up for you. Carry you to the principal. And what the principal could do? Is that a chain of command, you know? The other day I was looking into it. A chain of command in the school, buddy. Yeah. Let me tell you how this chain of command working there. Them think they could fool me. The chain of command. You have a head of the department. That was the ministry thing, right? You have a principal. You have a vice principal. You have a school supervisor. You have a chief educational officer. You have a permanent secretary. And then you have what they call the Ministry of Education. And none of them could touch me because there's also a legal system here. They can't touch me. We come like the refuse of the nation. So whether we like it or not, friends, school turning into a real shambles. You might have your child going to a good school. I know my partners are in a good school, you know, and all of you just think the same way and do the same stupidness, you know. We don't really care. What we care about? It's about chain of command, and because one afraid the next one, and one can't move on the next one, and one has to say the next one, and one has to remember the next one, everything falling down. By the time we come back to we too old for this class. We gone. So what we just do now, we just look around the classroom and say, hey, guys, and you come out there, you know. I like how she looking. I feel I go tackle that one. Where is it, miss? What? You want me to write an essay because I'm disrupting the class? Okay, where you want me to write about? If I had a chance to become something, what would it be? I'll go give you that essay. Dear Miss Sexy, I was thinking of being somebody important in this society. How you spell society? Society. Anyway, you're gonna know what I mean. I went on as a good student in primary school, but the trouble come in when I leave some homework undone. The teacher brutalizing me, but with all of that, I wasn't afraid. I thought he was doing it good, so I take the licks. I take the tap. And then them days, you had to go outside there and better if you bring a guava whip for the teacher, he might spare you, but that was a mistake, boy. A guava whip, I was the first man to get with a guava whip. So I stopped bringing that, boy. Better you carry a macaroni stick for you. So you see, I do well in school, miss. But then the educational system changed and I end up in a secondary school. I noticed that there was a lack of ambition on the part of students brand new to this academic. By the time we reached on the road, it was academic nonsense. Nonsense. But some of us really tried to excel where others were hampered by some kind of frustration, either at home, domestic problems, financial problems, or just being stigmatized by the general attitude of many who labored we as undesirables, worthy of being thrown in the labas. Labas. It's well labas. B-A-S-S, labas. L-A-B-A-S-S. Still, my ambition was to serve my country mean and fully. You know if I got that right, though. So you see, miss, I want to serve in a capacity, but the society, like it ain't encouraging it. The school, like it ain't encouraging it. All of we locked together in a classroom, and all we could do is think about violating each other in some measure. Long time, miss, I will tell you something. Long time, when I went to school, I had pen and paper. You know why I come into school with now, miss? Let me tell you why I come into school with. I come into school with shiny chopper. I come into school with bread knife. I come into school with another bread knife. I come into school with a nice blade and a big blade. And you know what this is all about? I see a papa come to school the other day. His daughter get into trouble. Big time trouble. And the man stand up there crying for his daughter because she get abused. And I tell myself, if that man could face somebody, if he run amok in the classroom, he has to defend himself because nobody could defend me here. And apart from it now, it has so much of violence in school that we have to be prepared. But I will tell you something, you know, miss. I'm really longing for the day when we could come out of this nasty rut we're in. I'm longing for the day when homes would really project the future of we children. When homes would be given to letting children grow to love. Because deep in my heart, which side? Deep in my heart, I ain't like this what's going on. But I continue to walk with my weapons. I hear they bring in some kind of security guards to check we bags when we enter school. They might take away all them blades, you know. But you know what they can't take away? They can't take away the mind for violence. Something had to be done. Something had to be done. So you still want me to tell you again about my ambition? Oh gosh, man. I don't know when families go understand that children are at stake, are growing older. I just hear my neighbor playing the fool, cussing up each other, children frightened. You're traveling in maxis, it have all kind of obscenities. My father didn't have a car to get me to school, you know. So we used to take taxi a long time, and boy, I tell you, you pass by homes nowadays, and what you're hearing like the TV on and there's a set of cussing going on. It can't work, it really can't work. We're destroying ourselves. We don't want to be a nation of violent people. Next thing you know is we end up in a society like Max, Mad Max, where everybody is free for themselves. Every man has to see for himself. Yeah, boy. But you know something? I was traveling in a maxi the other day. And I really began to look at myself. And you know what I said to myself, boy, Lancy? I said to myself, all this other stupidness had to stop. All this other stupidness had to stop. Two fellas come in the maxi. I recognize one from our next school. His name's Simon. They was going to rob the maxi. He's from somewhere down in the Gaza. Going to rob the maxi. I look at the fella, and he look at me. I know he recognized me. The partner with him was a little kind of shaky. But boy, when I look at him and I said, this is where you're heading to, partners. This is where you're going to end up with, boy. You're going to end up with violence on your name. You're going to be robbing maxi in the long run. Instead of pulling out a book to read, you're going to rob people, boy. Hard-working people. And when I see that fella, you know what I say, boy? I say, Lancy, boy. And that's my middle name, That's my middle name. I say, Lancy, boy. The man can't even talk good English, and you name English. Like he's at school, dropout. But I could see he doing something, and he ain't enjoying what he's doing. He forced to be some kind of, maxi taxi bandit. Excuse me. Maxi taxi bandit, boy. And he take the $20 I had there on me. But all of we get robbing the maxi. And they drop out. A few days later, I hear the police kill him down there, somewhere in the swamp area. Simon, they call him, boy. I think somebody write a little story about him, you know. Somebody write a little story about Simon and the Babylon, boy. It was a terrible, terrible event. Terrible, terrible thing. So I went home that day and I say, you know something, boy? It's time to put away all them blades. Time to put away them blades. Time to get serious. Stop blaming society. Stop blaming the neighbor. Stop blaming my father, if he's to be blamed. Stop blaming my mother. Stop blaming everybody. So I take all of these blades and I put them away. I get up, I reach home, and I throw them in the drawer. And my mother was missing them things for a long time, you know. Time went by, and you know what I do, boy? I started to behave myself in class. They reproach me, of course. All my friends who want to remain Bajan, who want to interfere with the girls, I apologize to the teacher. I say, Miss, I'm real sorry. I gave her a hard time, but I really want to learn. I really want to learn and become something useful to my society. And that lady put me on to somebody who gave me lessons. And today, boy, I'm going to take my last biscuit before I show you myself. When I do this, this is a toast to days that weren't good. But with all of that, I'm hoping that the educational system in this country take to heart the feelings of individuals who are in school. Check on them, see what is happening privately in these people's lives. Get to the core of the problems. And maybe we could turn around the ills that are going on. So, brother, I decide to turn a new leaf. I decide to be a better person. I carry this home for my mother. And I carry this home in honor of my great grandpa. Good morning, folks. This is Bio here, Fancy, English. I've come a long way since those old, ugly old school days. I was able to pass my exams, got my degrees, because I came to myself. And today, I have a company called English Risk Management. And we are here to help in any sphere of development. I even get an accent and all. So, I have done some work with the Ministry of Education. I have given some lectures at schools on my past dramatic events. And today, I am happy to say that our services are open to any who will desire to change. But the change must come from within. The desire to change must be an individual choice. I was looking at this introduction to psychology, and I particularly like a portion that was talking about, let me see. It was talking there about the molecular effects of cocaine. It's kind of long and it's kind of intense. A nerve impulse causes the release of neurotransmitters that carry the signal across the synapse to a receiving neuron. Kind of big and heavy. Some of the neurotransmitters are then reabsorbed into the originating neuron reuptake process. My friends, that is a bit heavy. And the risk of reading such a heavy stuff means that you would put it aside. But introduction to psychology is very important. The unquestionable influence of parents. The development of the skills, values, and social behaviors that maximize adaptation to the society in which a particular child grows requires the orchestration of many relatively independent forces. The most important of these include the temperamental biases that the child inherits, the class, ethnic, and religious affiliations of the child's family, relationships with siblings, the historical era in which childhood is spent, and always the behavior and personality of the parents. So we see how important the home life is. If the child is to be steady and the child is to grow into stability, the risk against such is the fluctuating behavior of parents. It's useless to pit children against children, parents against children, parents against parents. It does not produce a society that will benefit. So, my friends, my journey into difficult school age, I started well. I moved into a violent period. I became affected by things that were happening. I contributed to the fall of many, but I am grateful that I was able to rise again. My name really is Mats English. Mats English. Mats Lancy English. My father's, what's the word? My father's enamored, traditional peculiarity with subjects. He didn't live to attain any, but definitely he thought of me as Matthew, but he liked me to become a mathematician, so he called me Mats English. Later on, my mother added Lancy to the group of names. And there you have it, Mats Lancy English. I have excelled in English. I'm a dunce in maths, but my father did it. Just like Johnny Cash said, a boy named Sue. Well, I'm glad that my father didn't take me for sociology and call me Sue. So, my friends, make sure you take care of your kids. make sure you help them to love people, to love siblings, to love neighbors. Help them to become not demons and monsters out there like I had been at one time in my life. And for those teachers and those educators who want to help our children grow, I wish you the best. It happened with me, and therefore I know it could happen with you. So my friend, once again, thank you. What has been achieved in my life can be achieved in yours too. Until